Well, if someone's interested, the representative for that state will contact you by phone, and we'll talk to you on the phone about the breed, talk to you about what your expectations are for a pet to really see if it's a good fit. We often encourage you to visit one of the dogs in foster care so that you get a really good firsthand idea of what the dog is like in its like comfortable environment. We go over the pros and cons of the breed because, like I said, they have some special needs sometimes. And we'll also eventually, if you find out and determine that it is a good fit for you, well, what we do is a home check. We go out to your house. We make sure that it would be a safe environment for the dog. And if there are some things that maybe if you have a hole in your fence, we'll point that out to you and recommend that she could get through that, and that you want to close that up. Just make sure it's safe, and make sure that the dog is going to go into a good environment, because what we don't want, of course, is for them to come back into the rescue system. We want them to go into their forever home, and that's really the ultimate goal.
And I'm going to just make a point of saying, because you're doing a house check, it's not. This is for the owner's benefit. It's not like you're going out and saying, okay, you got to do this, this, and this. It's for everybody's benefit, so that they have a forever home with the animal.
Right.
It's for everybody's benefit, and people tend to be very defensive a lot of times on house checks. I think, Karen, I know you've done a number of house checks. People get defensive, and but you're willing to work with somebody.
Oh, sure. I mean, the ultimate goal, again, we don't want to keep them in foster care, because whenever we place a dog, that gives us the opportunity to bring in another one. So that's really what we want. And again, like you said, it's something that benefits everyone, because some people haven't had a dog before, and they may not know if there's something unsafe in the house that could be a potential harm for the dog. And we certainly don't want that, and they don't want that either. I mean, the owners don't want anything bad to happen to the pet. So it's just to make sure that everybody has a happy ending, really. And if the owner has any questions, it's a great time to ask questions and to just use this as a resource.
That's I mean, to me, I wouldn't even know whether that would be a good first pet for somebody. I don't. I mean, she's a beautiful dog, and again, I would expect the rescue group to educate me on the personality versus what I do. If I work a lot during the day, if the dog has access to the outdoor. Some dogs are diggers, and that's not good. So there's a lot of things, and that's what rescue group. I find that the rescue group is almost like a safe haven to learn the personality of the dog before it goes to another home, the forever home.
Which is an important part of fostering too, is to get an idea of what the dog is like, so we can give a description on our website. And so if someone calls and they have an idea of what they're looking for, we can give them a description and see if it will be a good fit. Because some dogs, for instance, aren't good with cats. So if there's a family that has 3 cats, I know that maybe Tara's not a good fit for that family. But we only know that because she's been in the foster care.
See, that's what I tell people like that. I said, if they're looking for, I had somebody ask about a German Shepherd, and I said, go to a rescue group. Go to a rescue group, because they're the ones, first of all, don't go to a breeder. There's too many full-bred animals in the rescue groups and coming from the shelters. And I know that Tara came from a shelter, which you say is a rarity.
It's pretty rare.
They pretty much are give-ups, correct?
Yes,
now, why would somebody give up their doggy? I mean, is it because the personality wasn't a fit, or is there any particular reason?
That can always happen. Obviously, right now, there are people having financial difficulties, so if they can't take care of the pet, then they do give them up if they know that they're going to go into a place that might be able to put them in a home. You've lost it now. He's lost it. He says, she says, I am so out of here. I want that treat. Sometimes people move and they can no longer take the pet with them, have them, which is a tough one, because if the dog's been with a family for a number of years and then have to give it up, that's hard. That is. And they can be a little challenging to housebreak, in all honesty, so that can be a challenge for people, and they may not have the patience for it. Especially with a puppy. Especially with puppies. Puppies, I only had one puppy. All the other dogs have been
rescues, and they've been adults. And I find I prefer an adult because they're calmer, number one, and they're easier to train because their little bladders are mature and can hold a little bit more. But the puppies are definitely a handful. You've got to,
yes, require a lot of time and energy, and they're very, very energetic and nonstop. And it's definitely something to seriously think about when you're looking for a dog, because older dogs, there's a lot of benefits to them too. And puppies, you definitely need a lot of patience for, a lot. Well, it's worth it.
Yeah, she is just very, very sweet. Now, let's see. You have your organization, or I don't know. I guess it's the one, the group in the Maryland area has about how many dogs in their foster homes right now?
I think we have about 5 dogs in foster care right now.
Okay, all right. And you're looking. You could use volunteers to help foster, transport dogs as well, right?
Yep. Something
Getting them
as simple as just either picking them up from the shelter, maybe taking them to a foster's home, or vets between a foster home and the vet. And we might have a dog that's maybe out of our area that we need help transporting across, across the state or something.
Across the state lines.
Across the state lines.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Got your passport? She's wound up, isn't she?
I'll let her get that treat.
She says,
no more food.
No more food. Aunt Connie doesn't have any more food. I'm so sorry. Oh, she says, I found it. I found it. Well, Stacy, I think, have we covered it all?
The only other question that I wanted to ask is, what is their maximum weight limit once they're an adult? I think you said earlier.
About 10 to 12 pounds. The females being a little smaller. It's maybe up to 14, maybe.
So do you think they would do well in an apartment?
Yeah.
Because they would fit the limit.
They would, and that would actually be a great place to try the litter box training. Another good thing to mention is that they love to sleep under the covers.
They do?
It's a genetic trait. I've not met an Italian Greyhound that does not find its way under the covers.
I think that is probably because she's got such thin hair.
Yeah, they like to be warm.
and we have another guest, is a kitty, so we can see how Tara enjoys the kitty. I think, look at Tara. She says, here you go. Here you go, ready?
She's dancing.
There you go. Who let the dogs out? Who? Okay, that was my... Oh, wait a minute. And then...
She's getting ready to drag it.
And then she... Here, how about this one? To get a little bit distracted. Oh, she's taking my dog.
Put it back down there. Let me get it.
Doot. Oh, you want to come up and see Aunt Connie?
What's that, Tara?
She's loving it. Stacy, I would like to thank you. I'm going to turn. Got the doggy? Stacy, I'd like to thank you very much for joining us today. You have enlightened me on Italian Greyhounds. I appreciate that. Anybody, please call go into their website and check into helping them out, because they're all very important to us. And I would like to just leave you with a quick thought. Bowie Claw is trying to establish a shelter in Bowie, short-term holding facility, whatever you want to call it, a safe haven for the Bowie pets. So please come back, see us again next time, and in the meantime, please spay or neuter your pets to prevent more homeless animals, because they are a cause for Paws. Thanks, everybody. See you next time. Bye-bye.